Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, Brandon here with another great business to discuss on this episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guests are Trevor and his partner, and they are both selling their display advertising and affiliate business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. So welcome to the show, and how are you both doing today?
We're doing great. Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, it's really nice to have you both on the call and to talk about this business you've created. But before we get into some of the details in your background, why don't we give a general overview? So it is a display advertising and affiliate business in the travel niche created in April 2017. The average monthly revenue for the business is $45,202 and makes an average of $38,523 per month in net profit. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 55453 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing and start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So now that I've given a general overview of the business, what's included in the sale is the domain and all site content and files, an email list with over 3,700 subscribers, social media accounts for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and also freelance writer contacts. So Trevor, can you tell us a little about both of your backgrounds in building and running online businesses?
Yeah, I was first in the health and fitness business, and I was just doing some affiliate marketing, and, it was going okay, but I found it a really saturated niche. So switched over to travel, and something I was really passionate about because me and my partner, all we do is travel. So, it was something I was passionate about, something that we wanted to pursue. And the business, started off kind of slowly. We were just kind of doing it as a hobby, weren't taking it seriously. And then we wanted to go full bore. So we both quit our jobs and started writing.
That's an amazing story. It's always great that you can find something that you have a passion about and really go all in on that and turn it into a business, which is really great to see. Now, why was it that you decided you'd like to choose this business model as far as display advertising on the website and going with affiliate? Why not start something else, say like a subscription business or a drop shipping business? And what drew you into these monetizations specifically?
Yeah, well, we had seen some of our peers, because we both love to travel. We've been traveling the world for several years. We've seen peers do the same thing where they might have started a site or maybe even a personal blog. And after they got so much traffic and so many eyeballs on the site, they were able to get into display advertising marketing and really make some money. And it was through watching someone's income reports that they were putting on their website, a peer of ours. And they started, earning a little bit of money. It was $2,000 a month, and then $5,000, and then $10,000. And it was a model we looked at, and we both said, wow, this is actually a model we really love, because in both of our backgrounds, we've had a really good ability to get eyeballs on websites. And it took us away from sort of that subscription, membership, and heavy affiliate marketing, which we're not as familiar with. And this allowed us to just be able to present great content and in turn get paid for it. So we kind of went into it with that goal of, let's do this. Let's make the content so great and create a community that's so great of eyeballs on the site that we can just use this display advertising to basically fund the income and grow the business through that platform.
Yeah, it's amazing that you were able to kind of capitalize on that business model and make it really work for your specific site and content that you guys are producing. And we'll get a little bit deeper into that later as far as the operations and the workload of the business. But first, looking at the metrics and the projections for the business as well, there was a little bit of a dip here in, some traffic and revenue in April 2021. But now we're starting to see that projection going upward again. So I'm just curious, with things looking to go up, why is it that you've decided that you'd like to sell the business?
To be honest, we're at the max of all our knowledge, and the business is going up. We're about to have another record-breaking month in August. So the only thing is, we don't know affiliate marketing. We don't know, subscription websites. We've kind of maxed out on everything that we know on how to scale a business. So at this point, to move to that next level, I think it's honestly beyond our knowledge at this time.
Yeah, that's a pretty common answer that we get as well, too. Ultimately wanting to pass the baton on to the next owner because they might have more capital or more information or knowledge in a specific industry, as you had mentioned as well, too, that they can really scale the business to its full potential. Now, at the same time, growing this business, was there anything that you learned that you plan on applying to future or maybe current projects down the road?
Yeah, you can't do it all on your own.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And in the beginning, all we did, it was a grind. I'll be completely honest. And then, we kind of realized that this isn't sustainable. You can't do this on your own. And that's when we really branched out and started bringing on great content writers. And like you said, they are included with the business sale. So all those contacts will be passed onto the new owner. But that's the biggest thing we've learned is learning to let go. And it actually gave us the first freedom we've had in our lives to kind of sit back and travel the world and watch the business make money.
That's amazing. Now, would you say that there was anything that you might have tried with this business and it just didn't give you the ROI that you were expecting?
Like Trevor just mentioned before, we're kind of at the max of our personal skill set. So of course, after we went into this display advertising, we started making money with it. We thought, hey, well, what about doing a little bit of affiliate marketing, or maybe there's something down those routes that we could also add. But for us, like Trevor said, it's just not in our wheelhouse. It's not in our skill set. We don't have a background in it. And so we tried slightly, I would say we put a small effort into it. And of course, we didn't get that ROI because we're not experts in that. And we see other sites and we see other business owners that are experts in that. They're experts at if they have the traffic, if they have the eyeballs, they can affiliate market the heck out of that audience. And our skill set is actually getting that audience, building it, getting great North American traffic, getting very targeted traffic. That's where our expertise is in. So yeah, I would say we haven't seen the ROI in affiliate marketing because we really haven't put that much of an effort into it. And the little effort we did, it didn't really work out for us because it's not in our expertise.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And as you had mentioned as well, being the experts in getting the traffic to the website kind of leads into my next question for you both. So where would you say that a majority of the traffic is coming from? Is most of it coming through organic search traffic, or do you also do some type of paid advertising? Yeah, walk us through that.
Well, we do absolutely zero paid advertising. We never have. So that's obviously another opportunity. But we went with great content from great writers. And it's driven a huge percentage in organic search traffic, which I believe was 54%. And then a kind of our secret weapon is our best friendship with Google. It really loves us. We get a ton of direct traffic because we are featured almost daily in the Google Android app, Google News. I like to call us an old school Google News. Now anybody can apply and be approved for Google News, but those original players in the market, they're featured on every single one of their news articles. You always show up in that. So when people open their Google Android app, if they're interested in travel, we're popping up left, right, and center for those featured articles. And we're really proud of that. It's been an awesome secret weapon that's brought in, 30% of the traffic. And it's been continuing now for over the last year, as long as you're producing content.
Now, are you doing anything else in terms of marketing as far as maybe utilizing the social media accounts or the email list that's also included?
So every time that we publish a new article, it goes out to our email list. And so they're notified, and we publish articles usually anywhere from 4 to 6 a day. So those people are getting a lot of emails, but these people are very interested in travel. So they don't mind. They stick around and that email list is growing. As for social media, we do have some great social media accounts. Our Facebook account, sometimes we get some insane viral articles on there. We get a lot of likes, a lot of shares in the hundreds and in the thousands. And we have about almost 100,000 likes on Facebook. And we do share stories on Instagram, make some Instagram posts. But I think that social still makes up, I think it's a small amount.
It's a very small amount, That's why we didn't end up investing into social media, as it's all over the place. The reach is just changing constantly. And we found Google to be a consistent traffic source. And that's where we stuck.
Yeah, and if there's a social media expert out there, you have a great opportunity because you can leverage it in a way that we haven't. But as for marketing, no, we don't do any paid marketing. Like Trevor said, there's no paid advertising. It's all organic. It's all just been a slow grow and an organic growth to get us here.
Wow, it's an amazing strategy, and it's obviously paying off really well for you both. And kind of touching base on it earlier in the call, I'd like to bring it up again. So can you walk us through what is the typical work or some of the operations that you both are performing? And then what are you outsourcing, and how does that team play into the business model?
Yeah, so we do about 2 hours a day, I would say. In the morning, I just get up and I just do a quick look over of the articles. We have really good writers that they do all their own editing. So I'm just doing a quick browse, making sure the headlines are all good. And then I'm publishing those articles. And that really wraps up my work for the day. From time to time, I still write articles just out of my own passion for the business. But nowadays, it makes up less than 1 in every 25 articles.
And for myself, I'm going in. We are a WordPress-based website, so we have comments going on WordPress, and every day I'm going in and approving comments, answering comments, sometimes responding to them. Sometimes people have questions or they just want to share their opinion on articles. We also have a Facebook group that's quite a tight-knit community, and I'll being active in there. And when I say active, again, it's probably to the tune of an hour to 2 hours a day maximum for all of those tasks. And then sharing things on social media, we both do, but we can both get that done in our kind of 2-hour time frame. When we were growing the business, no, of course, we worked a lot more. But like Trevor said earlier, now that we're at this point where we have these great content writers, we've kind of set the site up for, in essence, it's automated that we just have to briefly check in, but it's a machine. We have a system that's running and the process are mostly automated.
Yeah. We just brought on 2 more great writers too, as we want to even increase our content more to start playing with the big players out there. So yeah, it's pretty hands off compared to the way it used to be.
No, it's really great that you have these systems in place now, and it's, kind of a lot easier for the transition for the new owner to come in. And, kind of on the subject of certain skill sets, do you think that there's anything in particular that a buyer should already have some knowledge in prior to acquiring this business? Or could most of the workload, as far as what you guys are handling, can be learned during the transition period?
I think that the buyer should have somewhat of a good handle for WordPress. I think everyone does now at this point, but WordPress would be a great skill to have. And I think the ability to hire and maintain relationships with great content writers. Our content writers now are very interested in staying on, but if someone wanted to scale the business even bigger and they wanted additional writers, hiring the people that are native English speakers that have some sort of a history with travel writing is a really big asset, and just managing and keeping those people happy and keeping them motivated and passionate to keep writing, right? And then that's how this system works very smoothly. And for other skills, I think those are really the only ones that are necessary. Oh, well, a knowledge in travel. Right now, travel is a confusing time. So either having that knowledge of what's going on in the travel world right now, or like I said, having those writers that have the knowledge, I think is important.
Absolutely. Yeah. Finding the experts in the space, right? That's really the ultimate way you can produce the best content. And then obviously Google works in your favor, as you guys have noticed as well, too. And kind of on the subject of growth and scaling the business, hypothetically, if you both were to keep this business, what are some of the ways that you would personally try and grow it?
Well, one of the things that we would do is we would hire an expert for affiliate marketing, because we know that that's a huge opportunity for us. It's a massive piece of the pie that we have not capitalized with this site, especially with Amazon. We don't have Amazon links throughout the site. We don't do any sort of Amazon affiliate. And with the amount of traffic that we have, especially it being highly targeted North American and mostly American traffic, I mean, that's a huge opportunity lost. I think someone would look at us and say, what have they been doing that they haven't capitalized on this? So we would definitely hire someone that knows how to do that and build that part of the business that we haven't capitalized on yet.
Yeah, I think also, I would bring on more writers for even more content, into more of the 10 articles per day area, and also start expanding social media. We haven't really invested, other than paying our writers, we haven't invested a lot of money back into this business. So in terms of startup costs and the way we are today, it's cost very little to operate.
Yeah, it's all been organic.
Yeah, it's great that you're putting less into getting the traffic in and allowing the organic traffic to ultimately pile up. And that's really awesome to see that. And kind of on the flip side, I guess, of that question, what do you feel are maybe some of the potential risks associated with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
I would definitely say, Google can be unpredictable. There's algorithm updates at least a couple times a year where traffic can fluctuate. I think that's one of also our strengths too, is because we have that fresh content coming out daily that really kind of mitigates those big Google algorithm updates. And we're able to kind of bounce back really quickly because we have so much fresh content coming that we never become irrelevant in the space.
Yeah, and I think like Trevor just said, that social media and Google can be unpredictable, but we've done the things that we can do to help protect a buyer against that as well. Is we're Google Core, Web Vital, we're totally green lit. All of that has been done so that we're Google compliant. So when Google looks at the site, they're like, okay, these guys, they're compliant with all the changes that we're making. They know what they're doing. So that can help mitigate that risk.
Yeah, but that's definitely the number one risk is Google does do updates and you have to be able to react to those accordingly.
Yeah, as is such for most content-based businesses where they do rely heavily on organic traffic. You never really know what Google's going to release on each update. So something that definitely keep in mind as well. Now, are you both willing to commit to a non-compete, meaning once the deal is finished, you'll stay out of this specific niche?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then how much support are you willing to offer potential buyers? Are you going with the typical 30 days of email and maybe call support, or did you have something in addition that you would like to add on to that?
No, I think a 3-month transition would be better. That way, we have time to work with a potential buyer and get them through and make sure they're set up for success, because we want to see someone succeed as well. And to be honest, we're really proud of this business. And, one day we'd like to see it out there, as big as it can get. So we're offering 3 months of Skype, phone, email support, whatever it needs for a smooth transition.
That's really great to hear that. And I'm sure our potential buyers as well can also see the value in that added support, wanting to see the business go on and succeed. So it's awesome to hear that. Now, are you open to negotiating something like an earnout where you'll receive a large portion of the sales price up front and then smaller payments closing out the deal after that?
We actually are, because we do truly believe in this business. And we believe that, especially in the right hands, that people can take it far bigger than we have it now. So because we believe in that so much, we are willing to do a deal like that, because we truly, especially with the support, we know that we can make the transition smooth, help the new buyer take this to new levels, and then it's a great deal for both parties.
Yeah, it's really great to hear that. And again, I'm sure our potential buyers as well can also see the value in that option as well, that you're, open to negotiating during that time. Now, just a few sideline questions for you both to wrap this up. So what advice would you give to our listeners that you wish you knew when you first started this business?
It's one of those things that you hear it and you think that it's just a saying that people say to hear themselves speak. But when people say you need to be consistent, that is the most truthful thing I've ever heard in my life, and it's the best advice I could give to anyone. Consistency has been the only thing that has taken us from zero to where we are now, and it has allowed us to grow this business organically without investing a ton of money. It's just that consistency, showing up every day and doing the same thing over and over, even when at first you don't think it's working, because eventually it just turns into magic.
And for me, it's been to let go. I had a noose around this business since day one. And, I never believed that writers could do a good job other than us. And what I learned really quickly was they can do a great job, and they can even do a better job when there's more of them. So if I would have gone back to do this again, I would have hired writers much earlier in the business and scaled it quicker.
Absolutely. I mean, ultimately building that team and making sure that you have proper SOPs and other things in place for them to follow can ultimately allow you to step back and maybe focus on more high level things to scale the business, something that you can't really do, I guess, down in the trenches, writing articles every day. And then, another sideline question for you, I guess, on the subject. Was there any software tools, maybe resources for maybe even finding writers or anything that helped you to grow this business to the level it is?
The writers actually come to us.
Yeah.
We have it listed on our website, and we actually get so many applicants for writers that I wait till they've emailed me 3 times, and then I kind of break it down. And, every writer we have now is coming organically from the website just by, we're hiring, and they come from there, and they've been great. And those have been our strongest writers.
Or they're actually readers of ours who have been loyal readers for months or years, or even our articles have helped them travel, especially during this confusing time. And they've come to us saying, I really love this community. What can I do? I'm on the ground. I'm a traveler. I'm a writer. How can I be involved?
Yeah, that's really awesome that they're actually coming to you. It's one less checkbox, I guess, you have to always worry about when it's time to start producing more articles on a regular basis. So that's really great. Now, just final question, wrapping up this call for you both. Putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think that this business is worth buying?
I think the scalability is just in its infancy right now, and there's no limits on how far this can go for someone that's willing to bring on either, somebody that understands affiliate marketing, Amazon associates. The sky's the limit. And I truthfully know it's already competing with some of the big names out there in the niche. And I think it's going to go even further than that.
If you look at the whole business as a pie, I think we've only been utilizing about 25% of that pie. And there's a big chunk of 75% with Amazon, with affiliates, with subscriptions, with memberships, with even social media. There's so many paths that this can expand into. And Like Trevor just said, we're already playing with some of the big players, but when you look at some of those big players in our niche, their businesses, they are worth a pretty penny nowadays. And I believe that this can be right up there with those.
Yeah, it's really great. And it's great that you both have already kind of established the foundation for the buyer, and then ultimately they can come in, scale some of the features that you had mentioned in this call, and then really start to reap the benefit as well as of that foundation that you've established for them. So that's really great. Now, is there anything else that you'd both like to add that I might have missed in this call?
I don't think so. I think you covered a lot, but I think it's a great opportunity for a buyer that knows how to scale businesses and willing to take it to that next level, because I'm actually, excited to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks again. I really appreciate you, both of you, jumping on the call and kind of giving us a little bit of a, background story and how the business has come to what it is now. And really appreciate you both jumping on the call, and looking forward to seeing this listing getting sold for you here in the near future.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. And all right, everyone, thanks for listening. To learn more and to see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 55453. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. And once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.